Marius has political ambitions and a past tragedy he is trying to overcome. But his affair with his wife's sister Candice threatens his chance of a new life.
Why did you do it, Candice? The reporter, why did you tell him?
He wants Candice dead. His wife Nina not only knows of the affair, she orchestrated it. But it seems the affair has got out of hand. She wants Marius dead. Thursday the 12th, a day when someone in the Bannister family will die.
I'm here at the house of Marius Bannister, son of ex-cabinet minister Lord Edgar Bannister. Mr. Bannister and his wife are hosting a large charity dinner here, but a few minutes ago the police were called to the house when a body was discovered. A police source has confirmed that the deceased died in suspicious circumstances and a murder inquiry is now underway. As for the identity of the victim, the police will only confirm that it is definitely a member of the Bannister family. Which member, at the moment, remains a mystery.
The 6 hopeful new Labour candidates competing to stand in the Erlingham by-election expected to learn their fate yesterday when the local constituency party were due to vote by secret ballot on the NEC shortlist. But at the 11th hour, the ballot was mysteriously postponed.
For South East England until dawn.
Reports say the delay in the vote is linked to a newspaper report today revealing that Marius Bannister, an Erlingham dentist, is facing a charge of gross professional misconduct.
Bright and early, Mrs. D.
The day we've ahead of us, I thought I'd start the cleaning before the house breaks up. Some reporter outside there tried to ambush me. How long have I worked here? How long do I know the family? I put my head down and kept walking. When did the caterers come? Mrs. Bannister?
Midday, they said.
I'll start in the dining room.
Watching you, Daisy.
Shall I do it again?
Don't fuss. They won't miss us for a few minutes. Come on, darling. They'll be fine.
We're just going out of the sun for a bit. Keep an eye on your sister, Martin.
You're off the hook.
Guilt edge this time?
All just a ghost in our memory. It was unfinished business which it did for us. Sucked us into it all again.
Last time. Let me hear you say it, Candace.
Last time. May I be struck down?
I've told you, he's not here. He's over in his practice.
Well, his wife, then, or Lord Bannister, if he's available.
He's not.
Give her this, will you? Hang on, just write my mobile on it. Dam's got to it. There you go, just the job. Okay. It's just a word I'm after. A couple of minutes, I've been and gone. Mrs. Bannister. Jeff Collins. I called her yesterday. Is this a bad time, or shall I catch your husband at his practice?
He's with a patient. I'll see to this, Mrs. Davis. No pictures. It was you, wasn't it, who wrote that story about my husband?
Well, I got a tip-off that he's due to go in front of the disciplinary committee and ran with it. This used to be Lord Bannister's house, didn't it? What's that, then? Old labour, old money?
It was a family home of my mother-in-law, Lord Bannister's wife.
You married well, then.
What is it you want, Mr. Collins?
This misconduct thing. It's about 5 years ago, yes? A stressful time for you both, I imagine. Did your husband confide in you about it?
You think talking about something solves it? It solves nothing. changes nothing. My husband being adopted as candidate's the most important thing in his life at the moment. It means everything to him.
Just trying to get some background, Mrs. Bannister. Join the dots.
Shall we? I can't help you on the misconduct issue. My sister Candace is his dental nurse. She was in the front line and all that, not me. But I wonder if that's really what your readers are interested in. I don't pretend we're the Brady bunch, Mr. Collins. Even if we were, I'm rather a zealot about privacy. I mean, put a spotlight on any family and you'll find, well, things can so easily be misinterpreted, can't they? I've learned to keep my own counsel. Trust no one. My sister, on the other hand, she's more impulsive. She has a habit of speaking before she's considered the consequences. My husband says he lives in terror of what she'll say or do next.
Oh, sorry. Shall I?
We're done here. I'm afraid I've not been much help to you.
I wouldn't say that, Mrs. Bannister. You had a daughter, Daisy. Your husband doesn't seem to share your zeal for privacy over her, does he? Splashing that stuff about her all over the web where anyone with a search engine can pick it up. What's that about?
The web.
Well, it's a homepage for mourning parents, a bereavement website kind of thing. Journey into grief, a father's loss. Heartfelt stuff. And his name's all over it. And hers.
Martin, have you a moment? There's a thing, a search engine. I can't seem to find it.
What is it you're looking for?
Something your father asked me to research for him.
Cue that search box. And you click on it, yeah. And then follow the steps.
Thank you. Got it now. Martin, close the door after you. Get dressed, Edgar. You can't wander around all day like that.
Mikado. He's the man. He'll listen to you. Tell him. She's Gaby. Tell him something.
God, this bloody country. Look at my shoes. Brand new water stains all over them. Did you tune in for today's thrilling installment? I heard all I needed to. Oh, whoops. Morning.
Granddad. You want to go upstairs?
Next time, put it somewhere a bit less conspicuous. If I can spot it, so can he.
Come on. Misconduct allegation, but we'll hit them with something else. We zapped them with the right sound bite on the early evening news. We eclipsed the misconduct thing. We're back in the ring.
Why not play the party tune on the education thing?
It has to be something only I can bring to the table. Something with a universal chord which touches people's deepest anxiety. Hello. Speaking. Is it really necessary? I'll ask her, of course. As you like. Yes, we'll be there. Bye. They want Candace at the interview, too.
Me?
Are they taking the piss?
This is getting bizarre. First Nina, now your sister-in-law. They'll be hauling your father in next.
Any theories, Candace?
You don't suppose your divorce has something to do with it?
Of course. They're rattled, aren't they? They're scouting for skeletons in the family cupboard. Forewarned is forearmed.
Mrs. Hopper, your husband's asking for you.
He's here.
Sooner or later, Nina's going to want a spare room back, Candace. Not to mention her husband.
He made his choice 20 years ago. He chose her. You still can't deal with it, can you? I mean, it's not enough that our marriage was wrecked because of it. You had to come here and trample all over your sisters, too.
This is the side. Erlingham 9350. Hello, Liam. Well, how many times are we talking about? And why did you not call me before? Yes, bye. That was Liam. He said you missed your therapy appointment yesterday. He said it's the third time you've done it, Martin.
All that touchy-feely crap. Forget it.
You know what the school said. Continuing your therapy is a condition of them taking you back.
We're running late, Nina.
He has a cancellation at 12. I said you'd be there.
It's a waste of time.
Time isn't something you're short of, is it? He wants you there today, Martin, especially today. He's been skipping his therapy sessions again.
I'll wait in the car.
Martin, we can't go on like this. We have to find a way through it.
No change there, then.
Big smile as we go, okay? Just off on a family outing.
To Springdale's.
Because her allegation is a tissue of lies. I'm not giving it.
The old man went hobbledy, hobbledy, and down into the ditch. Give me your answer, too. I'm half crazy for the love of you. If I was ever a child who needs so many cuddles,
Part of her pathology.
Does that mean she made more than one accusation against you?
Pick a name.
Against her GP, the chiropractor. I was relatively low in her list of priorities.
We can assume, can we, that there's nothing else you neglected to confide in us?
One thing, perhaps. Martin, our son. My wife and I were told that we couldn't have children of our own. We decided to adopt. Martin was a month old when he came to us. 5 years later, we had our own child, Daisy. One of those small miracles that occasionally come one's way. On July 12th, 1995, just after her 5th birthday, she died in an accident. That was Thursday, too. I was disinclined.
Mommy, watching me.
I'm watching you, Daisy.
It's taken us this long to see that the brief years we had with Daisy were a gift. Our decision that I try for Parliament, to put myself at the service of others, I suppose it's our way of giving something back.
Mr. Bannister, what's the story on this misconduct allegation, Mr. Bannister? Is your father aware of the allegation charges, Mr. Bannister? How do you rate your husband's chances now, Mr. Bannister?
I'm sorry to gatecrash this away.
The local NHS gulag want me to talk to the shrink wannabes this afternoon. I need a bit of ballast before plunging them into the complexities of Jung's universal unconscious. Things are a bit grim, eh? Martin's at a low ebb, too. Rock bottom would be about right. It's bloody Thursday the 12th, so every time they come round, you both seem to lurch into reverse gear.
He's been talking to people about her.
Who? Martin?
Marius. On some website. Writing things about her for strangers to read.
People grieve in different ways. Usually it's men who bottle up their feelings.
It's a sympathy vote. The candidature crap's all that matters to him now. Daisy's just a pawn in it.
Why are you here, Nina?
I've been doing things. Except it's like it's not me doing them, like I'm up there watching myself doing things.
What sort of things? I'm a toilet bowl, okay? Whatever I take in, I flush straight out.
My sister, Candice, she and Marius are having relations. Isn't that the expression? Relations, having relations.
Does Marius know you know?
My sister and I, we set it up. I listened to them having sex. I wanted to see if he could do it. I just had to know.
How very belle de jour. Or should I say, eyes wide shut. What if it's more than just sex for him? Or is that the appeal? See how close he gets. So you've got something else to punish him for. Throw a starving man a crust and he'll dive for it. Just proves the poor sod's human.
Human? With my own sister, today of all days.
Do you know what you remind me of? That Greek guy. What's his name? He offended the gods, so they made him push a big, heavy boulder to the top of a mountain. Except every time he gets it to the top, he loses his grip on it and it rolls right back to the bottom again. He has to keep doing it for eternity.
There's a child. Sarah, she's 11 now. She and Daisy met in playgroup.
I've not seen these ones, have I?
I change them every month. I rotate them. I see Sarah in the street sometimes. I can't look at her. I can look at her as she was then. I don't mind that. But as she is now,
she's just about the same age Martin was on that other Thursday, the 12th. I ever tell you my pet theory? How children carry the dreams of their parents? Do you think that boy can live in that house and not feel your rage?
it's not at him. It's at me. It's at me. It's at me! It's my fault! It was my fault! You didn't stop me. You didn't even try.
You stopped yourself. How about that?
Sisyphus. The man with the boulder, his name was Sisyphus.
Hello? There's been some wretched mix-up with the caterers, Mrs. Bannister. They've gone totally overboard on the chicken and barely done any Venice.
Give me a minute, I'll deal with it. Look. A rainbow. Daisy always called them angel's wings. Angel's wings. If you see my husband, tell him I'm back, will you?
bounced off me. That didn't touch me. You want proof? I can give you proof. July 12th, 1995. Read it. We lost Daisy today. It was my job to protect her. I failed.
We. Plural.
At least we still exists. All this time, all these years, Nina, there's been no one else. I can accept no substitute. I've forgotten how soft your skin is. And the smell of it.
The Wanderer returns.
I thought you'd quit.
Put it down to one of those days.
Is that what you're wearing tonight?
Why, you think it's too OTT?
No, no. It's very you. Very chic.
And you're always on at me about quitting bad habits.
What were you and Marius doing out by the pool?
Weird things to talk about.
We have to stop it now, Candace. You and Marius. I want you to end it. I was crazy to let you talk me into it. I wasn't thinking straight. If we're to have any chance, he and I, if our marriage is to have any kind of chance...
Christ. What is he? Some kind of library book you've loaned out as past his overdue date? He's free to make his own choices. That's what we were talking about by the pool, actually. Well, in the gazebo, to be exact. Yes, at first I thought a little insensitive too. Unless, of course, that's it. It all fits now. How could I not see it?
See what? What are you talking about?
I can't say. Truly, I can't. I swore to him I'd say nothing yet. I promised him.
This is one of your games, isn't it? One of your tricks. I can't do this anymore.
Oh, was this not the conversation you were after? What did you have in mind? A sisterly chit-chat. You'd snap your fingers, I'd step aside again. He was talking about Daisy out there. He said he's tired of living with the memory of it all. He wants to go forward, get on with his life. He's got it all worked out. He wants me to move out for a while. Let the dust settle on my divorce, wrap up his candidature in the by-election. Then you and he will discreetly separate.
It's not true. Any of it. I know it, Candace, because a few moments ago he tried to make love to me.
Maybe it was his way of saying goodbye. He wants me to have his child. That's what we were doing in the gazebo. He wants me to have his baby, darling.
Rather than pursue a story of national concern and shame, you prefer to pursue this inaccurate and unfounded allegation against me, which amounts to little more than a cynical smear campaign. So I ask you, who here is guilty of professional misconduct?
We've heard Marius Bannister there, Mr. Hewitt. Do you think he's right that the care provided for the elderly in this country is a cause for national shame?
Yeah, I spoke with both the Prime Minister and the Health Secretary before coming on air, and we all applaud Mr. Bannister's passionate and timely intervention in these very serious issues. In fact, it was a real blast from the past for those senior members of the House who can still recall his father's spellbinding oratories from the dispatch box.
Yes, but given that...
That's our endorsement right there.
It is our intention to immediately instigate a public inquiry into these tragic incidents that Mr. Bannister has raised.
Did I miss something?
If it's appropriate,
Just a minor media coup.
relevant legislation.
Courtesy of Marius.
Minor. Alistair Campbell, move over.
Team effort, guys.
Now, back to the studio.
Phase 1 looks like it's squared away. That's the difference between us, Nina. I want to share in his success. I want to be a part of it every inch of the way. You won't be alone. You'll still have Martin. It shouldn't be totally beyond us to be mature and civilized though it is. Why don't we go somewhere tomorrow for lunch? Just us. Work out how we're going to do it.
Here we are. Well done, everyone. Cheers.
Nina and I are playing truant tomorrow. Taking ourselves out for a boozy lunch. Lots of girly gossip, dishing the dirt on you men.
We'll be corralled by the press most of the day. I'll need you here, my love.
Oh, come on. Her whole life is about to be turned upside down, isn't it? Let her have her moment of pampering. My treat.
Sit down. Sit down now. It must be time. Tell me.
It's all right, Edgar. It's a storm. That's all it is.
Dark. It's too dark. Light. Let there be light. Give me light.
Hold my hand. I won't leave you.
I'm sorry. Sorry to be a burden.
Do you remember when Marius and I came back from the States after the elopement and you took us to your office in Whitehall and you ticked us off? And you said one day we'd be punished for all the pain we'd caused Candace. Do you remember? No, of course you don't. Sit with him, will you? He's scared of the thunder.
What's up, Granddad? Oh, what's up? Is he scared of the thunder?
Those need to go through.
Certainly, Mrs. Bannister.
Like you said, it's been one of those days. I let it get to me. I'm but a mere man, after all. You were the first. The one against all others were measured. You know that.
We look the part, don't we? You see it now, don't you?
Troops are running dry.
Escape later, just you and I. Wait for me. The gazebo.